We just got a new snippet for Travis Scott's new album that he most recently also talked about, and he gave us the info that he's also in the studio actively working on it. So today we're going to be going over all of that, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So we've been talking about Travis a bit more because he obviously a couple of weeks ago released 4x4, the first single as we could tell from the new record. We don't know if it's just a standalone single or connected to the project. It doesn't feel like it, to be honest, but we already talked about it. And then also most recently we had the interview with Billboard in which he talked about his new album, saying that he's taken inspiration from psychedelic experimental rock. He talked about wanting to get Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter on the record and said that he's working on the record and that he already has a title, he just doesn't want to say it. So from that we could tell that maybe the album was already pretty far in the stages for development. But now, most recently on February 13th, we had the Cactus Jack Foundation HBCU celebrity softball game, which you already had in the past, but this year it was pretty cool. We got that one clip of Travis saying that whoever put Metro and him on different teams, fuck you.
I ain't gonna lie, whoever put me and Metro on different teams, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Which is just, it was really funny. He also doubled down on this later in the locker room, saying that they're trying to split the team while it was just like a fun charity game. It's pretty cool though. Anyway, that locker room that he was also filming that video in was also the location that they played a new snippet. And for all of you that haven't heard it, here it is.
Well, I've been waiting on all day, man. Trying to wait on you, I couldn't wait. James. Talking about fun, man. You got something special with this, man.
Now this sounds pretty cool. This sounds exactly like a Travis Scott song that I would want to listen to. It's that psychedelic sound. It's kind of that 2017, 2018 post-rodeo kind of sound, maybe even rodeo. So definitely some stuff that reminds you of before Astroworld dropped, or even with Astroworld, which I really like. And I mean, maybe even Utopia. We had stuff like Telekinesis on there too, which is by now still my favorite song on the record, or it kind of like went up there. Now let me know what your favorite song off of Utopia is, because I mean that record, it still keeps getting better, to be honest. Anyway, so I was really excited about this snippet because this is exactly the type of sound that I want Travis to make, and especially now looking ahead into this new album rollout, we also have a story from him on IG where he posted kind of like the wall of his, studio, kind of like he's done in the past, where he said that he's in the studio after every show and before every show, and he just posted the lock emoji and then this just, I don't know, smiling emoji. So this means he's locked in. That's what we use this emoji for. So he's in the studio, locked in, working on the record, and we got this new snippet. That's some pretty great news that we just got over the past couple of hours, to be honest. And I feel like he's really trying to get the rollout started for this new project. We still, the one important date that we as Travis fans have right now is April Coachella. And that is very special because it'll be Travis there designing the stage and the set with them. And he's been hinting at new music and new stuff coming then as well. Now, the ongoing debate about what project this next one will be still looms over all of this. We have the options of the solo Travis record that so far we've been naming the City Name album because of that one tweet I showed it 1,000 times already. But here it is again, where he replied to somebody giving the idea that he should record before every show on the Utopia tour, which he did. He confirmed this by his Instagram stories and name the songs after the city that they were recorded in. And then Travis replied, "Are you in my brain or what?" This tweet has become very famous in the Travis community because this was the only starting point that we had when theorizing about this new record. And it now seems that maybe this new record is going in another direction because 4x4 that we knew as Mexico City, which then would have made sense if it was just called Mexico City, but it came out officially as 4x4, which to me, I don't know a city named 4x4. So either it is a just standalone single that is not on the project, which I would honestly be kind of happy about because that song really doesn't feel like a single for a Travis record. Usually, if Travis does drop a single, like K-Pop for Utopia, it's kind of weird, and people at first don't get it and say that it's bad, but then you hear it in the context of the entire album, and it gets a little better. That's usually how it works with Travis singles, which is a very good sign because that means that the project is more than the sum of its individual songs on there, which is a very good sign usually when it comes to music. But this 4x4 single doesn't feel like, a single for a record. So maybe we could still be going into the direction of this theory being true about the city name album that is coming out, or obviously it is Jack Boys 2, which we've been talking about for quite some time as well. We most recently got some hints from Don Toliver, who randomly pulled up the old trailer for the first Jack Boys from 2019, now 5 years later, and reposted that on his Instagram story. So we know that for some reason he wanted to tell people that still exists. We don't know. Anyway, that is everything that happened with Travis. Now we still have a bunch of other albums obviously coming up until April. We're talking about Cardi now dropping in March. We're talking about Kendrick dropping before April 19th. So maybe Travis and Jack Boys, Cactus Jack in general, want to wait out that little hot time we got coming up with a couple of other people also dropping, which will be very exciting to cover. So make sure you stay subscribed if you haven't yet. But maybe he wants to wait that out. So if we're talking about a release date, if we're talking about this new album coming out, I doubt it'll come out before Coachella. We could be getting new songs performed at Coachella because that's usually also how they do it. You tease a couple of songs, you let them kind of like create snippets, create these videos of the individual songs being performed live that then people get hyped up over, and then at some point you drop the record. I think this is kind of the direction that I could see this going in when it comes to the release date. So this would obviously in consequence mean that before May, I doubt that there will be a Travis Scott record, which is completely fine because Utopia dropped in July, end of July 2023, and Travis had a 5-year break before Utopia and in between Astroworld and Utopia. We know that before that he dropped every year, I know, but it's just that big break. So now him taking a 2-year time gap would honestly be perfect because Utopia obviously was still kind of running with the tour and with the merch, and now it could slowly be time going over into a new era. So this summer, even as a release date for Jack Boys 2 would be perfect. And then maybe the solo record next year. I think that's the most likely option right now. But obviously all of this is speculation until we get official word from Travis or somebody on Cactus Jack. We don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think about all the stuff that we talked about today. What do you think of the new Snippet? I really like it. And what do you think about his Instagram story and about the time up to Coachella at this point? All your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.